Hey everyone, welcome. So you've probably played around with AI chatbots, right? They're pretty cool. But today, we're going to level up. We're moving beyond just chatting with an AI and diving into how to build your very first AI agent, a tool that can actually get things done for your business.
Let's be real for a second. These AI models are incredibly powerful, but there's this huge gap between what they can do and what most of us are actually doing with them. Like this quote says, a lot of the time, we're just using them as really fancy copy and paste tools.
And you know what? There's a name for this. It's called the AI overhang. It's all of that untapped potential just sitting there, waiting for people to figure out how to really plug it into their daily work. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to learn how to cross that gap.
Okay, so first things first. What really makes an AI agent different from the chatbots we're all used to? It all boils down to one thing: taking action. Here's the best way to think about it. A chatbot is like that super smart colleague who has read everything but is stuck in their chair. You can ask them anything and they'll give you a great answer, but they can't do anything for you. An agent, though, it breaks free from that chat window. It uses tools like searching the web or connecting to your email to take real action in the world, all by itself.
So how does an agent actually, think? Well, it's not magic. It all comes down to a 5-part cognitive loop. Think of it as the agent's brain, and you can remember it with a simple acronym, PTMRO.
Let's break down that PTMRO loop. First up is planning. The agent takes a big goal, like generate the weekly sales report, and chops it up into smaller, bite-sized steps. Then it uses its tools to get the job done, maybe accessing a database or an analytics tool. It uses memory to keep track of what it's done so far. Then it reflects on its work to see if it made any mistakes and correct them. And finally, orchestration is the conductor of the whole symphony, making sure everything runs smoothly from start to finish.
But, and this is a big but, there's a major hurdle when you try to use agents for serious business stuff. If you've ever asked an AI the same question twice and gotten 2 totally different answers, you've already seen the problem. It's unpredictable.
The technical term for this is stochasticity. It's basically a fancy word for randomness. See, an AI doesn't pick the one single correct next word. It picks from a whole range of likely words. Now, that's an amazing feature if you're writing a poem, but it's a huge bug for a business process that needs to be perfect every single time.
And that randomness? It's not just a small problem. It compounds. Let's say you have a 5-step process, and each individual step is 90% reliable. Sounds pretty good, right? Nope, because those little errors build on each other, the actual success rate for the whole process plummets to just 59%. For a business, that's a total deal breaker.
So here's the absolute heart of the issue. We're taking these systems that think in probabilities, that are designed to be creative, and we're asking them to do work that needs to be perfectly predictable and repeatable or deterministic. It's a fundamental mismatch.
So, how in the world do we fix this? Well, the solution is actually surprisingly simple and elegant. It's a blueprint you can use to build your very first reliable agent's workflow.
The key is this idea of separation of concerns. We just split the work into 3 layers. First, directives. This is the what. You just write out the goal in plain English, like you're writing a standard operating procedure. Summarize this week's sales data. Simple. Second, orchestration. This is the who. The AI acts as a smart project manager. It reads your directive and picks the right tools for the job. And finally, execution. This is the how, and it's the secret sauce. The actual work is done by simple, reliable snippets of code that always do the exact same thing. It's kind of like bowling with the gutter guards up. The AI gets to aim the ball, but the code makes sure it can't go off track.
And here is without a doubt the most empowering part of this whole thing. You do not need to be a programmer to do this. You don't need to know how to code at all. You just need to know how to clearly explain the process you want to automate, just like you would to a person.
So getting started is actually super easy. Step 1, you just describe your process. Just write it out. Generate the weekly sales report and email it to the leadership team. Then the agent will come back to you with clarifying questions like, hey, which specific numbers should I include? Or who's on that leadership email list? And from that simple conversation, the agent goes and builds, tests, and refines all the necessary code for you. You provide the what, and the agent figures out the how.
So, we've seen that the gap between AI's potential and how we use it is massive. But now, you have the blueprint to cross it. It's about letting the AI be the creative project manager and letting reliable code do the heavy lifting. This approach transforms AI from an unpredictable artist into a dependable employee.
So the only real question left is, what simple, repetitive task are you going to automate first?